Hey, y'all. As a growing family, my husband and I love game night, especially when it's Wayfair edition.
Let's do it. You gotta name as many Wayfair furniture and decor categories as you can. Ready? Go.
Sofas, bar stools, beds, ottomans, outdoor seating, bookshelves, kitchen tables, garden sheds, mid-century modern lamps.
Time. Nice. You got 9 out of a lot. Not too bad. Keep practicing by visiting wayfair.com, where you can shop every style for every home.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Northbound, welcome back. You know, these days, the internet is full of noise. Working through that noise, filtering that noise, deciding what is applicable, worthwhile, good, true is hard. And there's so much information coming our way in 2025, about to be 2026. It's hard to sift through it. I was just looking at something on LinkedIn. There's a lot of information on LinkedIn and a lot of consultants and leadership coaches. And this specific thing I was looking at was about being passed over for promotion. We all want to be promoted. That is a natural thing. And that's why this episode is about promotion. And basically, this article on LinkedIn is saying, hey, here are some things that you might be doing wrong, and here's how you get promoted. And like anything, it's some goodness mixed with some noise and with maybe even some bad advice. It starts off with number 1, the power of being liked. And it says people promote who they trust, not just who performs best. Sadly, that is not always the case. Now, that's how it should be. People should be promoted based off of trust, and you should be trustworthy, and you should be leading and working with integrity. And that should be recognized for promotion. But there's some times where businesses and companies and organizations, they promote people who perform, who bring in the money. They don't care how much they trust them. They want them to bring in the money, or they want them to bring in the people, or they want them to, whatever it is, they want them to perform. And so it should be someone who is trustworthy. You should be someone who is trustworthy and performs well. And the action step to the power of being liked, and what this article is saying you should do, is smile more, ask about their weekend, remember their coffee order. Small gestures equal big career moves. Okay, well, you run a big risk here. You run a big risk of just being a kiss up. Remember your boss's coffee order? That's really the number one thing to getting promoted? Asking about your boss's weekend? This is where the advice can get, well, almost like a game. And you shouldn't just play the game. We're going to get to that. Let's go to number 2. The second thing that this article says is recognizing your manager's insecurities. They're human, so you need to make them look good and they'll return the favor. Again, you run a big risk of just being a kiss-up. The action step here is to share credit publicly, send updates that highlight team wins, and copy them on praise emails. Their success equals your success. Now, sharing credit publicly is a very good thing, and you should do that for your people. I would caution you to do that for your manager. If you can do it subtly, or maybe encourage them privately, like, hey, I really, really enjoyed what you sent out, and I'm really loving the way you're leading in this way. Thank you. That would be a way to speak words of encouragement to your boss or to your manager. But you're not doing that so that everybody can see. You're not doing that on a big praise email. Trust me, that's not going to go over well for you. Number 3 was the person who brings donuts. Small gestures build big relationships. And that's true. It doesn't have to be anything grand. Being the person who remembers birthdays, bringing coffee for late meetings, celebrating others' wins loudly. Generosity is the ultimate networking strategy. Okay. Remembering birthdays is great. Bringing coffee for late meetings. Hopefully you're not having late meetings. Bring coffee. Sure. Celebrating wins. Yeah, that's all great. Okay, cool. I like that one. Number 4, water cooler conversations. The action step here is don't eat lunch at your desk, join the coffee runs, stay for 5 minutes after meetings, and have proximity to power, access to opportunities. Okay, that last one, proximity to power. You know, in the military, we called that FaceTime. And there were, I had multiple bosses or commanders over the years that they prioritized putting me in like a situation where I was close to, somebody of high rank. FaceTime. I hated it. Oh my goodness, it bothered me so much. I hated that. It was a game that I didn't want to play. It always made you feel dirty. And while that has or did help me over the years in a couple of situations where I was able to maybe have some influence on something or share a passion or idea that took shape and was accepted, and that was a good thing. If you're looking to gain proximity to power, if you're looking for that FaceTime, I caution you that your mindset may not be where it should be. Let's go to number 5, being the quiet person in meetings. Yeah, that means that you're listening, and that's good. You're connecting with the quiet ones, asking for perspective maybe. You don't always have the best insights, so gathering other people's insights is good. The loudest voice is not always the smartest one. Yeah, cool. I like that one. Number 5. Okay, let's go to number 6. Your reputation with assistants. Okay, this one should be up at the top. If I was going to put anything in the top 5, your reputation with the assistants is key. And what this article is saying is that they have more influence than you think, and you should treat everyone with respect. Yes. It says learn their names, say thank you, ask how they're doing, remembering their kids. Yes. Man, this is a great one and so important. And at the end of this, we're going to get to just why that one is so important. And it's not just assistants, it's also peers. Your reputation is important. And just walking in and happily greeting somebody can make their day, because there are plenty of people that aren't doing that. So learning who they are and treating them with respect, man, that is a really important one. Okay, number 7. Your last interaction. People remember how you made them feel. Yeah, this is true. So an action step is to always end with gratitude. Thanks for your time. I appreciate your perspective. Yeah, this article is saying some great stuff here. That last interaction is a great opportunity to speak words of encouragement to people. Number 8, company culture shifts. Yeah, that is true. So this is one, and one of the actions is to watch for changing language in meetings, noticing what behaviors get rewarded now versus before, and adapting your style. So, and it gives the cultural intelligence equals career survival. And yeah, that is true. Yeah, for sure. Just remember that as a culture changes, your integrity and your ethics should not change. So you may have a culture that changes. It may not change for the better. Maybe that environment begins to turn to a toxic environment where you're kind of asked or required to maybe go against your ethics or go against your integrity to be promoted or to get that FaceTime or whatever. Don't do that. Stand on your principles. Be ready to adapt and stay alert, but don't go against your morals and your ethics. Number 9 is digital body language. Reading your messages aloud before sending. This is the action step. Wow, this is a great one. I learned the hard way on this a few times. I have sent emails, just blasted out these emails that were like, this is stupid, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And it's offensive. It's terrible communication. So delay the send of your emails and your thoughts. Match your communication style to your audience. Remember that your digital words have personality and have weight that you may not have intended. So reading your messages aloud before sending and delaying them, that is a great thing. Number 10, saying I don't know. Yes. And one of the things this article is talking about is that honesty builds more trust than expertise. And yeah, that is so true. Honesty does build trust. I don't know, but I can find out is great. Let me connect you with someone who does. That is perfect. Confidence isn't knowing everything. You're not going to know it all. You can't know it all. So know your limits. The other thing that builds trust, just a little bonus here, is asking for feedback. And sometimes when you're asking for feedback, and really one of the things you're saying is, I don't know. I don't know how things are going here, or I don't know how I might be failing in this. Give me feedback. Tell me how. Tell me why, or tell me what you know. That builds a lot of trust, and it shows humility. And the last one in this article, which was number 11, is the follow-through power. Many people promise and few deliver. So don't overpromise, over-deliver. Send status updates as you can, and do what you say when you say you're going to do it. This is a really, really good point. You want to be the person who is reliable. Don't blow smoke. Be the person who says, yes, I can do this. Give an accurate timeline that you can do it, and then deliver it earlier and deliver it better. And if something changes, communicate. But remember this, and this is what Northbound is all about. This is transformational leadership. And that is that in the end, after all of these things we just talked about, in the end, you aren't doing these things to get promoted. And I know the title of this thing is going to say how to get promoted. You're like, that doesn't make sense. Hold on. Don't do these things to get promoted. Make sure that you have a mindset shift. We are shifting our mindset. You're not doing this to get promoted. You are doing these things to elevate others, to encourage them, and to lead from whatever position you hold. You are going to be promoted out of necessity. If you change that mindset and you do these things to elevate others and encourage them as you lead from whatever position you hold, you are going to be promoted out of necessity. The company has to promote you because they need you to succeed. This is transformational leadership, and it leads to success, not for you, but for the entire team. I should say not just for you, but for the entire team, because that's what true success is when the entire team succeeds together. All right. Thanks for listening today. You can send an email directly to me at chris@go-northbound.com. I'd love to set up a time where we can talk and where I can help you get promoted. Okay. Thanks, everybody. See ya. You just listened to another episode from the Northbound podcast. Thank you for tuning in today. I hope you were encouraged and empowered in leadership. Go lead boldly and humbly. And remember our vision. Elevate your team through Christ-centered leadership. If you want to be a part of our community, just go to go-northbound.com and follow the link and come join us. Follow along with courses and live streams and chats, and maybe even join us for an adventure. We'd love to have you. All of those links are in the description below. Thank you again for tuning in. It's been a pleasure. See ya.